So you know how I'm supposed to go do filming today, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go.
Mom and back.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go this way so you don't see yourself. So I'm supposed to go film Unleashed today.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be gone all day. But you know what I think I'm going to do instead?
What?
I think what's more important is that we spend some time as a family. And I think I'm going to shower. And you ready? You ready to hear where we're going to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to take you to the Exploratorium in San Francisco. How's that sound? Does that sound like something you want to do? So good morning, guys. As you saw, we just made the decision to spend a little family time rather than doing work. And I really want you guys to understand that if all we do is work, and all we do is go through life with the same routine over and over and over again, we're going to miss life. You're going to miss out on all the good things. People search for the meaning of life when really what they're looking for is to experience life. And that's what we're trying to do today. You know, by blowing off Unleashed, the most important thing to me right now as far as work's concerned, and going, all right, let's go take a trip to San Francisco. It's a 45-minute ride for us. Let's go to the Exploratorium. Let's spend time. I saw a need. Mia needed her dad and her mom together, family time, spending time with her. So that's what we're going to do. And I strongly encourage you guys that are fathers, or, if you're wives, whatever, do these things, guys. Take time. If you got to take a sick day from work, take a sick day from work. I'm not saying go lose your job, but I'm telling you, family time is so important. If you go through year after year after year, you're just going to miss life. And you're going to be old. You're going to be, 40 and going, crap, what happened, man? My kids are grown up. I didn't even get a chance to do all the fun stuff with them. And now what I really want to touch on is this thing called the search for significance. And I always talk about things that are on my heart, guys, and they usually come out to be the best videos and the best, I guess, my little soapbox that I stand on. So the search for significance, one of the basic human needs, and this, of course, comes from Tony Robbins, which is one of my avatars. I think a lot of you guys should really take some time and look into what he has to say, because it's really amazing stuff. And basically, there are 6 human needs, and they range from, food, shelter, etc. But the search for significance is a huge one. Everybody wants to feel significant. Whether you realize it or not, it's one of the human needs. And people feel significant in different ways. People feel significant by being able to teach, by having things, by having money, financial wealth, I guess you could call it. Cars, clothing, items, things make people feel significant. Most of the time. When it boils down to it, though, those things never truly satisfy. And what I'm getting at is that I'm about to tell you what I feel like is the true meaning of significance for everyone. Because you can have clothes, you can have fancy cars, you can have the house, you can have that job that pays you 6 figures. It really doesn't matter what you do. You feel significant because you provide your family with food and clothing and shelter, all these things, maybe even luxury. Or you feel significant because you drive what you think is a cool car. But those things fade away. And if you'll notice, I'm sure we've all chased those things to feel significant, but it's fleeting. That moment comes and you're like, yeah, man, everything's great and I feel wonderful. I'm driving this awesome car. I got these new kicks. I got this, I'm wearing True Religion jeans, whatever, you feel significant, but it's temporary. And again, I'm 37 years old. I'm not by far the wisest guy on the planet, but the older I get, the more wisdom I acquire. And I believe that's true for everyone. The older you get, hopefully the more wisdom you acquire because you have more life experience. And I've done those things. I've had homes, I've had fancy cars, I've worn, and I still like designer clothes. They're just fun for me. But do they make me feel significant? For about that long, I feel significant. When I truly feel significant, and that search for significance is satisfied, is when I'm giving back. or when I'm helping other people achieve their goals so that they can also feel significant. And I really, truly believe that the search for significance is completely satisfied in anyone when you change somebody else's life for the better. When you help someone, when you contribute, when you give back, that is the true meaning of significance, because those things that you've just done, that thing, that event, that change you made in somebody's life, that will never go away. You can't, they'll never forget it. Whereas with clothing dies, it gets destroyed, it fades, cars get worn out, homes become decrepit, money comes and goes. You can buy everything in the world, but those things come and go. But the mark you make on somebody's life, the change that you make in somebody's life for the better, that will never be forgotten. That will live forever. And a couple things that people do to feel significant that will lead them down the wrong path is if you're trying to feel that significance. You may even not realize that you're looking for that, but what happens a lot of times is that people will take something small and make something big out of it in order to feel significant. And it's not necessarily a good thing. They might take an incident or something that is happening in their life that is negative, and they may glorify that. Not even purposely trying, but they may focus in, they may have tunnel vision on that to make it bigger and bigger and bigger so that they can have some sort of significance. And they don't actually realize that what's happening is that they are becoming the center, the epicenter of negativity in their life, because they'll take something that's so small and blow it up with negative proportions, and it becomes a thing. It's a drama-centered thing where now I'm in the middle of this and I'm fighting for something and trying to solve the problem, when in reality, you had the answer all along. And the answer is always within you. We are capable of solving every problem that's ever presented with us. I think as human beings, we forget that. We're problem solvers. We are analysts. We created the wheel, we made fire, we built skyscrapers, we built bridges, we put a man on the moon, we put a rover on Mars, and we sent a satellite to Pluto. And tell me that we're not problem solvers. Please, I beg you to tell me we're not problem solvers. And this is inherent in every single human being from the day that we're born. We are born, we have eyes and a brain that are picking up billions of sensory images, billions of bits of data that are processed in our brain. And we learn to move through this world, this three-dimensional world, from day one when we open our eyes. We reach our hands out in front of us and we see this thing in front of us and we start moving it around. And then we have to figure out, okay, we're looking at a three-dimensional picture. Now we need to navigate through it. Okay, now I need to find food, I need to eat, I need to learn how to walk. And these things happen inherently without you even trying. Your body just knows what to do because your brain is solving the problem. The small things, guys. You have the answer. We don't have to make those huge to be significant. We don't have to take something so small in our life, focus on it, tunnel vision on it, find ourselves sucked into negativity. All you have to do is focus on the positive and realize that we are problem-solving machines and that the answer is always within us. Go be still. One of the things that Priscilla and I do is we will go and we will go ground outside. It's a technique basically where you take off your shoes and your socks and your skin to earth. So it can be dirt, rock, grass. Grass works great because it's usually a little bit of damp, usually a little bit of moisture in there, so it's a little damp. Any type of unfinished concrete surface where basically the electrons from the earth can flow freely to your body. That is a whole nother topic which we'll talk about a different time. But if you got time, guys, if you want to jump ahead, go look this up. It's called grounding, and it's amazing. But we'll go ground, and we'll be still. We will either plug in some binaural beats or some calm meditation music, and we'll go be still. Because when you're still, you find the answers. When you are still and you don't let the everyday stress block your frontal cortex from opening, you find answers. You just have to be still. And usually walking away from the issue at hand, meditating, being calm and grounding, or just separating yourself for a time and focusing on the things that you're grateful for, that you have gratitude for, that will open the frontal cortex of your brain. And that will allow you to become that problem solver and make these tiny, tiny things tiny. They'll stay tiny so you can focus on the big things, which are always making your dreams and your goals come to fruition. Now, how do you get into that positive mode once you're grounding and you're meditating. Well, I've said this before, we'll say it again. Priscilla and I have a method where we talk about what we're grateful for. So we go through and we pick 5 things. Any 5 things that you want that you are grateful for that day. You don't have to say it out loud. You can just talk to yourself. You sit, you ground, and then you go, okay, I'm grateful for the fact that I have food every single day. I'm grateful for my loving wife and how she's a wonderful mother. I'm grateful for my child, as energetic as she is. I'm grateful that she is energetic and not a bump on the log. I'm grateful that she challenges me. I'm grateful that I am forced to be a leader in my home because it draws out the best in me and it challenges me to be better. I'm grateful that every day I wake up and it's not monotony and I'm challenged to do better. I'm challenged to lead my family. And when you do this exercise, you're gonna go way past 5. The first time you probably get 5, but suddenly you're gonna go way past 5 and you're gonna start understanding that now you're not living in negativity, you're living in gratefulness. And you're vibrating higher, your body, your molecules are vibrating at a higher frequency, that frontal cortex is open. Now you problem solve that little tiny thing, and now you get back to the search for significance. And you realize that this little tiny thing is just that, it's tiny, nothing big, and you had the answer all along. We talked about the shift before. Shift your mindset. Make that mental, conscious decision that instantaneously you are going to live in a positive environment and that your thoughts are going to be positive, that your day is going to be positive. Shift with your partner, your spouse, your wife, your husband, your friends. Make that shift. When all these things align, and you're in alignment, as we call it, you're happy, you're feeling good. Good things are happening in your life. You're thinking positive. You just feel that high vibrational feeling. You know you're vibrating at a higher frequency. Everything's going to line up, and that search for significance starts by finding your bliss. And that is that one thing that makes you happy, that you could do every single day, every hour of the day, that you just have an urge to do that you can't not do. It's the one thing that you can't not do, that your heart is pulling you towards, your bliss. I call that your destiny. That is what you were meant to do on this planet. When you get back to doing that, when you get back to unselfishly doing that, the search for significance becomes so easy, becomes simple, because that thing will ultimately lead to helping other people. Your gift, whatever that is part of your bliss, part of your destiny. So don't stray from that path. Go back to the path. Feel significant by helping other people, by changing other people's lives, and do that by doing whatever it is that you are led to do in this lifetime. That one thing that you could do every single day, your bliss, your destiny. Go find it. Go chase it. Go be significant. What up, guys? It is Sunday night, and we were headed to the Exploratorium today, and, well, I kind of forgot it was Fleet Week in San Francisco. 2 things happened. I left the memory card for this camera at home, so we didn't get a chance to take any video for you guys. We're going to talk and discuss the whole way. And then, Fleet Week is when all the huge Navy destroyers come in. The Navy puts on this big show. It's pretty cool, man. Like, the fighter jets are out. It's a huge air show. Blue Angels are out. But what should have been a 45-minute ride to Pier 39 and the Exploratorium turned out to be a 4.5-hour ride through San Francisco, trying to avoid a parade, trying to find parking. And we ultimately decided, well, I haven't eaten in 4.5 hours, so we need to bail. Or actually, we started bailing at about 3.5 hours, and then it took us an hour to get back to Marin. We stopped and ate at the Cheesecake Factory, spent the rest of the night there. So I'm only on meal number 4, and this is my second egg white shake of the day. I'm like in the process of killing it as we speak. I'm not a big fan of multiple shakes in one day, guys, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And this is one of those days when I gotta do what I gotta do. So I did my cardio this morning. Today I'm gonna go in and crush some arms. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it or what I'm gonna do, but I always tell you guys, it'll probably be a combination of supersetting tries and buys, which I love to do. And it's 7:30 at night, which is late for me. Not late for a lot of people, but late for me. I'm going to go back to filming Unleashed tomorrow. Cool things going on tomorrow too, guys. I got to drop off the bike at Harley. They're going to do the 1,000-mile service on it. And yes, it's been a month. month and a half, and I put on 1,000 miles on the bike. Actually, I'm at 1,200. Do 1,000-mile service. The brakes went out on, well, they're not, they went out. They glazed the front one, the front rotors, because I whomped on it coming to a stoplight one time, and I glazed the front rotor. So they're replacing those because I did it during the break-in period. Now they squeak. And then they're putting on a brand new air filter, an upgraded one with K&N stuff on it. And after that, the next day, let's see, I don't get it back till Wednesday night. Thursday, I'm taking it down, putting a Thunderheader on it, so it should be pretty fun, man. That thing's pretty freaking loud. And I might have to get it dyno tested afterwards, so that'll be Friday. But in the meantime, we'll be taping Unleashed, and we're going to be busting out those videos. Going to try to get a motivational one in between somewhere. I don't know where, but we're going to do it. Get an actual workout film and get back to, getting you guys some motivational stuff. And then, let's see. First week in November, November 6th, we take off for Disneyland because my kid's birthday is the 7th. Mia's birthday is the 7th. She'll be 5. We're gone for a week. We're going to be going from Sunday to Friday. 3 days at Disney. It's 4th day to just chill at the hotel and traveling back on Friday. But we are going to bring the cameras with us, and we're going to do a whole series on how to eat and stay in shape while you are gone out of the house for 5, 6, 7 hours, 6 days. Sunday through Thursday. I know there's a 24-hour fitness close, so we'll be working out there, hopefully filming there, and showing you guys all the cool stuff that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to get in, hit this, and we will regroup when I get done. Later. Yo, what up, what up? Today is Wednesday morning, so I think we're going on about a week here of BTS. Let me get this sucker in focus here. Last time we left off, I was going into the gym to either work arms or lats. I don't remember which one it was. I've done both this week. They were killer. Let's give you guys... Oh, well, first let's talk about what happened this morning. So I have been so busy with the Unleashed program and taping the instructional videos, doing all the video editing, getting all ready to go, that we kind of ran out of food in the house. Like, we haven't done a Costco run in like 2.5 weeks, man. And so like we're down to, I used all the eggs. We got organic eggs just for Mia. So I get the big crates of white eggs, then we use the brown organic eggs for Mia because she's still developing. We feel like it's really important to ensure that she gets as few hormones as possible added to her body. And we all know that in mass production, so you got eggs, meats, that sort of stuff, there's tons of hormones in there, and we're all subject to it. Excuse me. Oh, that's the other thing. I got stung by a bee when I was riding the bike, and I guess I had an allergic reaction because it started with this, little welt about this big. The next day it was like this big, and the next day my whole left pec was like red and swollen. So if you hear me coughing a little bit, that's part of that. So anyway, this morning back to breakfast, I get up, we all slept in accidentally, and it was like, we had 10 minutes to get up, get out the door, get Mia to school. She goes to preschool, and I start looking around. There's no eggs, there's no egg whites, there's like nothing to make breakfast with. I'm like, oh crap. So I scoured around, and what I ended up doing, I hate this, but this is why I have it, just in case of emergency, did 2 scoops of protein powder in water, and then I had some oatmeal on the side. So I got protein and carbs like I need to. Not the best protein source by any means. I don't trust protein powder for many reasons, as I've told you guys before, but at least I had breakfast. Mia unfortunately had toast and oatmeal. I don't want her having the artificial sweeteners from the protein. So, well, I guess one bad meal won't kill her. Anyway, back to the workouts. Let's start with the back workout. And I can't remember if I've gone over this or not. I don't believe I have, but I am currently doing some serious experimentation with shocking my own body, because for about 6 months, I've been doing something similar to Unleashed. I've been tinkering, experimenting, and trying to get Unleashed dialed in. And when I did that, it was all super high volume, focusing on contractions, focusing on the mind-muscle connection. All of that you guys will learn when the program goes live. Which, by the way, I think I've told you guys, I'm kind of close to like a Body Spartan camp. So you get a preseason where I'm actually downloading to you guys for about 30 minutes each day the theories behind what we're doing. And you cannot advance to the workouts until you watch those videos. That's how important I feel that this whole preseason is. There's only 4 days of it. Yeah, there's going to be 5, maybe 6 videos. One of the units will have 2 videos. It'll be a 2-part video. And the other one I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to make. It has a lot to do with being prepared. But anyway, all that aside, I decided to do something new, because my theory is always to continuously shock the body, continuously change it up to get those muscles to grow. So what I did is I dropped the reps down slightly. I still start with 20 reps. So I'll do my warm-up set. My first work set will be 20 reps. Then I dropped it down to about the 16 range, and even the 14 to 16 range, I guess you could say, for a couple of sets. And I ended up on a lot of these with a set of 8 at the end. So we're still getting the high reps, high volume in the 20, but all the way down to 8 focusing more on heavier weight. In Unleashed, I was telling you guys, go as heavy as you can until you get failure. You need to train to failure always. But with the high reps we're doing in Unleashed, you can't really use super heavy weight. So with the back workout, I believe I started with, I may have started with lat pull downs. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did. I started with lat pulls just because it's such a great exercise. Started with 130 pounds to get warmed up, bumped it up to 160 or 170, then right to 205, 225 or 230, and then I ended up basically stopped at 265 for lat pull downs for 8, where I was not swinging. I think I might have swung the last 1 or 2, but not huge, just a little umph. Moved on to hammer strength lat pull downs. Same rep scheme there, 20, 16, 16, 12, and 12 to 10 and 8 is what I did. So there were still 6 sets involved there. And then I dropped the sets down for the next couple of things. I did a hammer strength low row, did 4 sets of 15 there, and then I didn't do straight arm pulls. What else did we do? I'm really trying to remember here, guys. Forgive me. Didn't do bent over rows. Oh, I did a cable low row with a wide supinated grip. And I'm sorry, it wasn't a wide grip, it was a close grip. It was a close grip, and we banged that out, dude. We did heavy reps there, and it was 20, 15, 15, 12, 10, and 8 was the rep scheme. So as heavy as I could go without having to swing the weight. And on that last set for the close grip cable row, I did a drop set. I have David just double drop the weight for me both times. And it wasn't a big drop, guys. It was, the first one's always a massive drop. I went from 265-ish on the low cable row, and I think we dropped down to like $175. So that's actually a huge drop. It's almost 100 pounds off. But the second drop after that is much lighter. So it's like, 10, 20 pounds off. So that was the back workout. Now, arms. This one was killer. Oh, by the way, that back workout, my lats were so sore, so deep inside that I haven't been that sore in months in my lats. So I knew I did something right. My tendons didn't hurt, so it felt good. So I decided to do the same thing with arms. And I started arms with rope. Did I do rope? Let's see what I did here. Sorry, guys. It's hard to remember because it was a couple days ago, and the arms were just so tore up. It was stupid. Oh, okay, yeah, I started with rope overhead cable extensions. So grabbing a rope, putting it about midway up, and going overhead cable extensions. And I never start with those. So I did 3 warm-up sets of that. And every time I superset it with rope hammer curls on the cables. We did 3 full warm-up sets, guys, just because my tendons are really screwed up in my elbows. I've got really bad golfer's elbow right now. And also, it's just running right across the front here. So it's in here and on here on this arm. I think it's just from years and years of hitting my elbow on the mat when I was wrestling and having my bursa sac get huge. And then, I'm looking, I left the stove on high. So that's not good. And I hear people out front. Oh, it's my gardeners. They're coming. Cool. So if you hear a lot of noise, it's probably my gardeners. Anyway, so overhead cable extensions. And then when we started getting into the actual sets, I did a set of 20, decently heavy. Same with the rope cable hammer curls. I did a total of 5 or 6 work sets there, and it was 20 pyramiding down to 8. Focusing the first, after 20, we went 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, maybe 2 sets of 8. I don't really remember, but I want you guys to just kind of feel it out. If you can keep it in the middle range, like 12 to 15 for most of them, and then on your last 2 sets, pyramid down to 10 and 8. Go as heavy as you possibly can and still keep your form. It's going to really do some gnarly damage, in a good way. So after that, what did I decide to do? We went over and we did dumbbell skull crushers, superset with single arm preacher curls. Same theory there, started with 20, and I didn't go beyond 16 reps for the dumbbell preacher curls. I want to go a little heavier, so it was like 16, 14, 12, 10, 8. I only did 5 sets there. For the skull crushers, it was like 20, 16, 14, 12, 10. So I kept 2 more reps on each one. Back all the way over to the cables, and I did a rope cable extension. The rope goes behind you. Grab a single rope, tuck your arm under your pec so you get real good form. Keep your shoulder straight and literally turn your head away and then just pull and extend for each tricep. And you got to put your back against where the cable goes. Our cables have a bar, a vertical post, so you can slide the cables up and down. I just lean against that. If you just have the straight cable, guys, then you just got to get as close as possible and kind of stabilize yourself. But it works really, really good. I would do one arm and then I drop the cable down, grab the, change the, what's it called, the attachment to a handle, and I do concentration curls with the cables for the same exact reps I was doing on the rope extensions. And then I'd switch arms and do the other arm. Did 20, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8 on that as well. 20, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8. Yeah, it's 6 sets there. After that, so that's 3 giant supersets gone real heavy. I went over and I did 4 sets of 20 for a single overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. And every set, so I do one arm, and then I instantly superset with incline dumbbell curls, simultaneously lifting those up, keeping the elbows in when you do that, guys. I would do one set with my arms and shoulders back, so I'd work the long head of the biceps, and then I do one set with my arms and shoulders in front of me a little bit. That way I work the short head of the biceps. So you want to target both heads. 4 sets of 20 on the overhead triceps, and then I'd superset with sets of 12 on the biceps because they were just so fried. My triceps were toast, guys. They were done, like done, beyond done. The next day they were uber sore. I know I did it right. 2 really, really good workouts, guys. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to eat the best we can. I'm probably gonna have to do, I think there's some meat. I got some chicken in there, so I'll do a chicken meal here in about an hour, something, and I'll probably make some pasta. I still have some of that left over. We'll make another protein shake for post-workout, because as soon as I'm done working legs today, we're gonna bounce over to Costco and do a massive Costco trip. So we gotta restock, guys. That is what's going on. So there's 2 workouts for you. Go give them a try, write them down, and I think that's it for today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be filming much because we've got to finish editing these Unleashed videos, and I'm editing this will be day 18, and we're on, let's see, we're 40 in right now, so I'm a little behind on editing. By the way, we knocked out 20 workouts yesterday, so I didn't even tell you how long I filmed for and how long I was throwing weights around. So I'm tired, guys. All right, we will see you later. Peace.